Rising Synchronized Souls, and welcome to your Elemental Soulscope for Aries season. This one is for my fire signs. I'm super excited about the start of Aries season. It marks the start of the spring equinox. It marks the start of the astrology year. And it also marks the start of my Soulpreneur program. So I'm really excited to be showing up and actually offering some free advice for the collective. But I do also want y'all to know that if you like what you hear and you want more information, I do have a special that is happening right now on pre-recorded spring equinox readings. So if that is something that you are interested in, please do book. I'm going to only be doing 14 more of these, so definitely come in and book in advance. With that being said, I also want to let y'all know that today we're going to be pulling from two different decks, really kind of continuing the light worker, shadow worker theme that is the Synchronized Soul community, and we're going to be pulling from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. In addition to that, I'm also going to be pulling some additional oracle cards at the end of our spread from The Universe Has Your Back, simply because it feels like some of y'all have forgotten it. Just so that y'all remember, this is for my fire signs. Please do remember to check out your sun, your rising, and your moon sign as well for additional information this Aries season. So fire signs, we start with Hidden Realms, and we actually have 3 cards that came up for you. First card that came up for you is the Dream Walker. Second card that came up for you in reverse was the Hungry Ghost. So gonna turn that one upright so that you can take a look. And then last card that came up in the spread was the Rainbow Prince. Also really interesting that your cards actually came out in order. So we have number 8, number 14, and then we have number 26. So there's a clear succession in terms of shifting and growth and having that increase happen. Dreamwalker, really interesting that Dreamwalker comes up first because we just spent all of this time in what? Pisces season. And Pisces season was really about those dreams, right? Really about the collective good, really about illusions. And you've been in the space of dreaming, right? You've been in the space of really saying, these are my desiring, these are the things I desire, these are the things that I actually want to come to fruition. And it's absolutely amazing that you feel that way, right? It's absolutely amazing that you've been in this space of really dreaming, right? And really allowing yourself to be okay with the delusion as you figure out what feels right and what doesn't feel right. What I think really is important is as we dream, my beautiful fire signs, to remind yourself that you are not just dreaming about your good, you are dreaming about the collective good. That when you are in the space of asking for something, of desiring something, really reminding yourself that you can ground that energy in the good of all, right? That it's not you being selfish, it's not you asking for too much, you're simply asking for the things that are going to allow you to feel overflowed so that you can then start helping other people as well. The second card I think is quite interesting because we got the Hungry Ghost that came up in reverse, which means it's not coming up as an ally in this deck. It's coming up as a challenger. And really when this card comes up, we're really speaking about the scarcity mindset, right? Which ghost are you feeding? Are you feeding the ghost of fear, or are you feeding the ghost of surrender, of trust, right? Of love, of understanding. Really just reminding yourself that what you feed is what's going to grow. And if you've been feeding your scarcity mindset with all of your fears and all of your anxieties, really just reminding you how much that has grown as you enter your season. Right? So how can you be really intentional about the season right now and asking yourself, how can you start shifting yourself into this abundant mindset? There's a couple of things actually that came up in the book that I'm going to repeat for y'all because I think you'll need to hear it. So some of the questions to consider right now, some of the things to reflect on. Are you comparing your experiences with others? Do you envy their success? Do you judge yourself only on your material accomplishments? Are you afraid that there will never be enough of anything and that none of your dreams will be upon awakening in reality? Perhaps you're turned to compulsive eating, right? Shopping, working, drinking, smoking, sexting to distract yourself. Right? How can you be in the space of letting go of that illusion of lack? Right? No mistake. We only believe in synchronicities, not coincidences in this community. So the fact that illusions came up with the dream walker first, really then feeding into the hungry ghost. Again, what illusions, what ghost are you feeding? Right? How can you let go of this feeling of lack and really start walking into this space knowing that you are opening yourself up to receiving more in this season, right? In this new phase of your life. Absolutely love this. The last card to sum up your 3-card spread right now is the Rainbow Prince. And we're talking about compensation and perseverance. After every fucking rainstorm, after every storm, right, there is the sun, there is the sunshine. And the Rainbow Prince, right, is coming through to remind you that to stay, right? You've been in this space of desiring and been in the space of wanting, and it only makes you feel lack, right? So why not just meet yourself where you're at? And if you're in the space of seeing a rainstorm, of seeing all of these clouds come down, be okay with the season that you're in, because you know that through all of your perseverance, right? Through all of your resilience, there is going to be that pot of gold waiting for you at the end. So however long you've been struggling, however long you've been in this space of feeling that you are wanting something or desiring something, really just reminding you that when the wheels turn, and they are turning as we speak, right? As they continue to turn, you're going to be opening yourself up for more. Again, I think it's really, really important that compensation came up in this topic of conversation, because it's really just reminding you that you are worthy of more compensation, right? You are worthy of asking for more. You are worthy of receiving more. And again, how can you be in the space of reminding yourself that perseverance pays off? Right? That it's not going to stop just here, that there is more room, right, for everything, because you are operating in that abundance mindset, right? So just really reminding yourself as you enter this season that the reward is going to be greater than what it is that you can imagine. It's going to be bigger than your fears. It's going to be bigger than the anxieties that you've been feeding. But again, how can we shift? And how can we do that gracefully? I love to pull from the top and the bottom of the deck just to see what additional messages come up. And we have the winged wise ones, right? Angels help, miraculous aid. There is a lot of divine intervention that is happening for y'all right now. There's a lot of removing things that no longer serve you. There's a lot of, pivoting and course correcting right now for your fire signs. And the reason why is because the angels are helping you. All of the things that you've been asking for are coming into fruition. Again, this card number is 34, so we're continuing on that spiral of upward numbers, right? So how can you start asking for some help, and how can you be okay with the way that they help? Right? That your prayers are being answered, but they're maybe not being answered in the ways that you've anticipated. It does not mean that they're not answered. Right? Again, shifting of perspective. The beautiful thing about the winged ones is that this is never a challenger, right? This is always an ally. So they're really just coming through to say, we are here to help. Miracles are on the way, right? Let us help. Let us help you bestow the miracles that are already coming onto you faster. And then we have the Cosmos, card number 41. So we continue. Right? Creativity and vastness. If you've been thinking about a creative project to pour into, if you've been thinking about a business venture to pour into, if you've been in the space of wondering, should I expand? This is the card to say yes. Right? It is time for you to expand. You have so much to give and so much to offer. Allow yourself to open yourself up to that possibility. Allow yourself to open yourself up to the fact that you actually have more to give. And also really reminding ourselves again of the law of compensation, right? Law of giving and receiving. You cannot constantly be giving and giving and giving, thinking that you are not going to be receiving. Going back to that Prince card, right? The more that you persevere, the more that you're going to be rewarded. Never fear and never feel like you are not going to be rewarded for the things that you've been moving through, for the ways that you've been growing. Even if you haven't seen the rewards yet, it does not mean that it is not coming, right? How can we be okay with the season that we are in? No envy, no jealousy, but okay with where we're at. 2 cards came up for you. Haha, I am the dreamer of my dream. Oh, with the Dreamwalker card from earlier. Oh, fire signs. Are you feeling this energy? You are the dreamer of your dream. Your dreams are coming to you because you are the person, you are the soul that is meant to bring this dream into reality. And how good is it going to feel after all of that perseverance and hard work that you've actually been able to bring something to your reality? That's the beautiful thing about being a business owner. I think it's dumbfounding that I think about something and that is then an ebook, or that is then a product, that is then an offering. It's absolutely surreal that things can mesh together like that, but you are the dreamer of your dream and you have the ability to bring things from your mind's eye into physical reality, right? How cool is that? And then we got another card for y'all. I witness the darkness and call in the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Right? How can you start thanking the universe for the darkness, for the sadness, for the grief that you've been experiencing, because you know that it's being alchemized into a teacher of love, knowing that you are then going to be able to better connect and better understand souls because of the things that you've been experiencing. I know that it has not been a walk in the park lately, but how can you start feeling really, really excited about the fact that if you're able to witness and persevere and still stay resilient with all of the darkness, then imagine what that feels like in light. I've been telling y'all that my personal mantra this year is I want to feel how fucking good it gets. Right? Remind yourself that you can allow these lessons of darkness to remind you of how good it gets, to remind you of how much love is actually out there, how much support is actually out there. And for you fire signs, they're telling you to ask up as well. As always, I say that I hope these messages have resonated with you. If not, take what resonates and leave the rest. Again, I want to thank y'all for your time and your energy and for being in this space. If you feel called, donations are energy, and I love when y'all pour back into me, so thank y'all for that. And please do check out the offerings that I have available within the next upcoming months. I'm really, really excited about how things are going to be shifting in this space. And with all of that, I say, right, I hope you have a fucking fantastic day. Bye, friends.